All right, well, here's the hose we got to work with. It's plenty good, perfectly adequate. I do not know what it's for, but it's the right size and plenty of length on each elbow. I marked that in. I'll cut that in first and mock it up and see where we come with the other end, and then trim that to fit. That'll be pretty easy. Oh, it's got the... I'll put that on there too if it will fit when we're done. And then we got a chunk to put our fuel pipe back in. So, I better get on with it. We have, it's warmer than yesterday by 20 degrees this morning. We started out at 66, not 46. And we got a good stiff breeze most of the time going here. So, there's still dew in the heavy places, but it's going to be gone quick. So that's a good thing because I can go kick over that lodgy stuff and let that lay out as long as possible, and we'll double up the other stuff, and I can bale that first and then go to the heavier stuff. All right, we got 10 o'clock. The pieces are back together. The hose went nicely. I cut it with the chop saw, worked good. Still a few things to do to this, but the fuel cap, nice new piece of hose on there. We're good. This screen didn't want to go back quite right. Something's sitting different, but that needs a new screener. It needs some repairs anyway. It's coming loose from things, but we ain't gonna worry about that today. I gotta throw this haybine off. I'm gonna rake with this. I've noticed a little slop in that. I just changed the inner bolt, what I call the backup bolt, and the main one, the problem with that is it's a full, I gotta have a bolt that's got shank all the way through both pieces. So I'm not just on a thread. It was starting to crankshaft and vibrate a little bit. This one was actually coming loose. I broke it taking it apart, so I threw, it's a hard bolt. That other one I found laying on the bench quick and put that in there. So we'll watch that, but I put a washer under here just to move that crankshaft a little bit. It's not the ideal fix, but we can get to that. We don't, if it's not banging around, we're good. Well, I just found something. Holy crap. I'm missing 2 engine mount bolts. And that engine's dropped. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's great. We're finding stuff. Well, get a jack and a block of wood. Probably got a couple of 3/4 bolts. When did those ever get lost? They've been hiding behind that tank heater. Well, I'm burning daylight here. I grabbed one from the other side. These are gone. One, I got a 1/4 turn on there. The axle side, those are fine. These were fine, and I stole one from there. Some of you already know that those are tapered head. I was just gonna throw a washer and a short one in there, but I don't seem to have any, you know, those are blind threaded. I don't seem to have any 3/4 bolts that are right, that are short enough. I just put it there for, this would explain something hasn't felt quite right. like I had a different vibration I've never had before. And I would guess that that was it. And by the way those look, I don't think it's been gone all that long. And they're not broke off in there. The fact that some of the other ones are also loose makes me wonder. I mean, I've had this a long time, and well, they haven't fallen out yet. But how tight did they put them? This engine had been worked on not long before I got it. There were some new pieces, parts, things you could see somebody had gone through it. Fixed a couple problems before they traded it in or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I got to get this haybine off. I'm still going to rake with this tractor. I'll have to order a few of those. But I don't think it's going anywhere in the meantime. We'll check it out. Well, I shouldn't even be filming these catastrophes. I should just be dealing with them. But yeah, that's what it looked like when I went to hook it up. Raked across the road, brought it back over here. That's apparently the way it was left. I've got two different chances, I believe, that I can just rip this tire off and grab one from something else. I got to take a look quick. A line from a movie comes to mind. I don't know if any of you, back in the 80s, they made a movie with Wayne Rogers in it that was kind of a made-for-TV thing. Race for the Harvest or American Harvest. I've heard it called both different things. He's talking to his harvest crew and he says, "You aren't the cream of the crop and neither is my equipment. It's old, it's in constant need of repair, and it's dangerous." And that, my wonderful viewers, is why you hang on to stuff. That actually came off of a John Deere KWA disc that is sitting on blocks in my buddy's yard right now. It was supposed to come here. Figured it's something we could pull around with Cody's Oliver, or maybe even a 50. Something to play around with more than anything. But it towed very poorly, so we were going to set it on a trailer. Never got back around to picking it up. So the tire was flat. I don't find any major leaks on it. I filled it up. I don't know what time it is, but that's a 15-minute fix. So I had to go grab it out of the tire pile, and it's better than the one that was on there. So we got to get raking. Well, we're raking just fine. There's a heck of a hot wind. I doubled some of the short rows on the other side. I don't know if that was a good idea, but it's such a pain to bale it if you don't. Now I gotta get around the pond. That's always fun. I had to double that right there. I love small crooked fields. Alright, I'm going to have to come back on that to kick it into this, so I'll go and be back later. Well, it's raked, and it's a quarter-mile to the other entrance to field B, so we are not pulling the drive shaft on the rake. We are just driving at about raking speed down the road. That back there, it's pretty early yet. It should have plenty of time to lay there. Like I said, we'll probably bale this next field first. Should be dry grass without much trouble. I'm actually worried about the windrows blowing around, but when the sun is completely out, hot. It's baking the stuff, so it'll dry. I got off and felt some of the places that I was a little concerned about, and it was better than I thought, so we'll get going on this. Alright, well, I went 4 rounds doubling. I haven't finished it yet. I'm stripping the middle, then I'll rake it back out. That gives us a little more drying time. This should be alright. It's pretty much all grass. Seems to be going along alright. Little green places on the bottom, but when you get down to feel them, they're almost crisp, so should work out. Oh, we got this southwest wind here. There's I smell smoke from time to time. Somebody's got some pine burning somewhere. Well, here's field B raked. That's what it's gonna get called from now on. The tire still holds air. We're good. It's not the greatest tire, but it's holding air. Alright, well, it's just a couple minutes shy of 2 o'clock. The cloudiness is burning off. This breeze keeps the guy from roasting, but it's also pushing a few windrows around. So I checked this. I'll let it sit for a little bit, but I'll be able to come down here in the not too distant future. I'll go get some lunch. Alright, well, we got the first one here at field B. I measured it. It is a true 60-inch bale, and it looks alright, but it's a little fluffy. So we give her a couple turns on the pressure. I had it where I should have left it, and then I backed it off a little bit, and this stuff is way dry, so we're gonna pack them a little bit. Well, I just discovered that I broke my other spring. I lost the other one last year. I'm gonna guess it broke and then fell out. I don't know. This side. Didn't even think about it until we started baling, and then I says, well, it works just fine with one, but Gina's coming to pick me up. I'm gonna get some tools, yank that off. Got tools that'll take 5 minutes. Then I got, it's no big deal. I just back up and dump them like in the old days. But I got 14 bales off of here. So I'm not too sad about that on this piece. What do I got here? 4 on the outside so far, which I haven't hardly gone anywhere. I had to drive one out of the swamp over there. This outfit's a little heavier than the rest of it. I'm gonna end up in a problem right here. Well, actually, if this will trip right here, I'll be okay. It's going to. There we go. I'm gonna try to fetch these out of here tomorrow morning. Water on the tires here. I don't like this backing up. We gotta go A range till we get out of this canary. It's ridiculous. There ain't that much of it in here, but these couple of rounds on this side, as you can see, it's beautiful. Pretty slow baling. Wind's been blowing upwards at 20 miles an hour at times today. I got some raggedy windrows. There's one right ahead of there. Good thing I got the baler with the wide pickup. This outside round ain't exactly smooth either. Okay. We'll keep baling, let you know how it's going. Alright, well, 14 at field B and 26 over here. I think there's, I mean, that's about, dew came off, I raked, I had lunch, let it dry a little bit, came here. That's about the most I can do on these kind of fields in these conditions. These fields are old, they're rough. I can only travel as fast as I can. When I hit the stop button on that last clip when I was baling, showing you the pickup, you probably laugh when you see how I'm bopping around in a cab there. That's just how it is, but baler did very nicely. Both twine rolls switched without any help from me. No problems at all. The gate having to be taken off, that was no big deal. I see the neighbors are having some trouble with their Massey baler. I'm not sure what they were doing. All the doors were open. See where they're at when I get back go back past there. But I guess we'll call that good raking and baling, and got 40 bales today. That don't suck for me. That'll feed my cows a long time. Well, thanks everybody, and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Got more hay yet. Still probably want to make a couple loads of squares.